All right. Hey guys. I want to say welcome to everyone. And I want to congratulate you on being the very first people to join this cohort. You'll be the very first people to use our SDK as well to deploy these agents. So thank you for joining. Let's get started, I guess. This Genesis program, which we're setting up, and its deadline is going to be on the November 30th, and it's going to be about who can build the best agent. The evaluation criteria is going to be for us innovation, quality, and adoption. Basically, what we mean by that is, did you create something that is kind of creative, useful to people? Does it solve a real life problem? How many people are actually using this? Is it being adopted? Do people like it? And the prize pool for this is going to be about 1,000 USDC and 20,000 peak tokens, as you can see over here. So one thing I want to say to everyone is that this is going to be a quality over speed thing. This is not a first come, first serve thing. We're not giving this out to whoever deploys first. So take your time, think about this properly, plan it out, and let's see some really cool projects going on, okay? So that's all I have to say here about the demo here for the Genesis program. I'm gonna get started for the SDK itself. Give me 1 second. Let me just switch to, yeah. So here we're gonna talk about the SDK and its requirements, what you'll need to actually be able to get started. First things first is you're gonna be needing to have Go installed because our agents are Go programs. For now, they're only Go. Later on, maybe we're gonna roll out something in Python or Node or something else, but for now, you're gonna need Go. So Go version 1.24 or higher. I'm currently using 1.25 and it works just the same. So as long as you have 124 or higher, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna need your private key for the wallet that you have used for joining us here when you were filling the subscription for the program. You're gonna need the private key for that, and as well as you're gonna need the NFT ID that you're gonna be using for this agent that you will be minting very soon. The automatic minting on first run we have disabled for this program for now, so you'll have to go through the deploy platform, which we'll go through very soon. And then if you, for whatever reason, will want to make some AI-powered agents, you're going to need, obviously, some OpenAI API key or Gemini or whatever you're going to be using, basically, right? So that's that for the requirements. Pretty simple. In case anybody needs a refresher at any point after this call, we have here a video that is already recorded for you guys. It's a demo. And I'll try to show it to you right here. It's about 3 minutes long, so nothing too hard to follow through with. Just watch it. You'll get a feeling again of everything, how it works. So to get the SDK, typically what you would need to do is just run this command. But because we are still in early stage and the repository is private, we're going to need to go through with this setup. So you're going to need to git clone the project into your local computer, and then you're going to need to create a folder for your agent that you're going to be setting up. So you create your folder. In my case here, I already did something. I have a demo bot here, and I created my Go mod file, which is going to have this require here and other stuff that I need. And at the end, you're going to need to go with this require replace any imports that use this GitHub repository to take it directly from your local. So that's the setup for now, okay? And then you're going to need to run go mod tidy to download the dependencies. I already did this in preparation for the demo, so there's no need for me to rerun it. Something else you'll need to configure is your environment for this specific agent, which we'll need for env variables. 3 of them are required. 1 of them is optional, which is the rate limit per minute for this specific agent that you're deploying. You're going to need your private key, as we discussed, and keep in mind that it should not have a 0x prefix, just the private keys, I believe, base64 connotation. Then you're going to need your NFT token ID, which you will get after we mint the NFT, and then your wallet address. So these are the most important things. In my case, I already have my ENV, which I obviously will not be showing you guys, but it has those things, right? And yeah, so before running our agent or anything, we will need to actually mint it. So we're going to need to go to our deployment page. So here we are here. This is our deployment page for our agents. We're going to, first of all, let me just move some things around to clean things up. Okay, so first things first, what you need to keep in mind is that you need to be on the peak network on your MetaMask. And if you don't have it, you should add it to your custom networks first before doing any of this stuff. Because everything we are doing here runs through the peak network. Keep that in mind. So then we'll just connect to MetaMask. I'm using my wallet here. Well, and then we're going to start just basically writing a idea of a agent here. So just for the demo, I'm gonna just do some sort of weather agent demo 2 maybe, because I've been testing this out before coming here. And then we're gonna use agent demo 2 as an agent. Keep in mind that you'll see here what is only able to be used, which is, for example, lowercase letters, numbers, and hyphens only, right? So for the description, it could be anything. Describes the weather in a specific city. So yeah, can you mute? Thank you. Since this is a demo, I will not be uploading an image, but typically you would want to do that because you want your agent to be fully prepared, look very attractive to people, make sense. The image should match what the agent's name and title is, things like that, right? So for now, I'll just skip this. So our capabilities for this agent, it will be able to give us a forecast. It will be location-based. Things like this is what you would put for your capabilities of this agent, depending on your use case. In my case, maybe I'm going to have for commands, I'll have like a help command with no argument, and it'll just show available commands, for example. Maybe we'll have a forecast command. You could say, for example, the parameter is going to be the city, but if you can see here, it needs to be wrapped in these square brackets. So we'll do that so that the validation is happy with us. And then let's say, for example, returns 5-day forecast for city. We can also do another one, which would be like weather. And same thing here, it's going to be a specific city, and we'll say returns current weather for specific city, right? Specific city, if I can type. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. You can put as many commands as you'd like, as many capabilities as you'd like, but since this is a demo, I'm trying to keep it simple and just like go through the motions here. So we'll continue here. When you get to the mint mint the agent NFT, it'll explain to you what happens here. So the minting process goes through 3 steps. You'll have the mint NFT on the blockchain. It will update the metadata, which would be your commands, your capabilities, and whatever to IPFS, and will update the token URI again on the IPFS. This is a small note that we added here because sometimes you might see MetaMask display a bug where it would show you that you would be paying 0.01 ETH or whatever, but it's just a display bug. It's actually peak. So just to be safe before you try to run your Mint NFT agent, double check again on your MetaMask that you are actually on the Peak network. So after that's set, keep in mind that by clicking the Mint Agent NFT button here, you will be having accepted the end user license agreement, as well as the public deployment rules. In my case, because I've already done that before, it will not ask me, but typically you would have that as a signature request before you can mint. If you don't accept the EULA, you will not be able to go through to the part where you would mint your NFT. So let's confirm this. We'll have minted our own NFT. It will upload the metadata to the IPFS. Everything is great. And then after that's set up, you'll see down here that we'll have a template generated by us for you, which will have your, what do you call them? Your commands that you have set up and everything. So what you would want to typically do is copy this, create a main.go, and paste this into it, and then start your building, basically. So, which was stuff that I had already explained earlier. So for now, for example, we'll come here, and then, let me see. I can bring this here, and then I'll create a main. Let's call it main2.go, since I already have one set up for the demo. So I'll just show you guys here what happens. Basically, you'll have your import of the agent SDK, the env stuff that we can actually read the .env file. And after that, it's basically just a switch case command that will, by case, go through all your functions, your commands. And inside of each one of them, you'll have to build whatever the functionalities are. In our case, since this is a demo and I don't want to spend too much time just explaining to you guys what I'm doing, I already generated some stuff beforehand. So for example, here, my forecast and what do you call it? Weather and help. I already have functions that will deal with that. So we'll just directly go through the step of actually running this. What you will need, obviously, is something that you shouldn't forget, is right here, your token ID, which you would want to copy into your env file before you run this, because we use the token ID plus your private wallet private key, to authenticate this agent through our system and let you actually connect. In my case, as I said, since I already set this up before, I don't need to edit anything in my env. We'll just run it. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up here. And yeah, all I have to do is typically do a go mod tidy in case there's any dependencies missing or anything that hasn't been downloaded, and then just go run main.go. It will run. You'll see here that the agent has registered successfully with the server. And all I'll need to do here is come to our chat room, which you will see that after you connect, you'll have your private rooms. You can create multiple ones in case you need to do that. And then on the right side, you have your agents. So in the agents, you'll have to click here, the manage button, and you'll see all the agents that are in our system currently. Some of them have already been created by other people from either you guys are online right now in the call or others who haven't been able to join us. So all I need to do right now is just filter by online and find the weather agent that I had created, and then I'll add it to my room. Now that I have it created, added in my room, you can see it here, and all I'll have to do is just try to call it. So for example, if I just call the help function, you'll see that it replies to me with the available commands as I had set it up in the code. And great, as is always happening in all live showcases, something needed to break. Hopefully it's fine now. Yeah, I can show you guys again. Maybe if I try to get the weather in some city, maybe let's say Berlin, for example, it will try to find it, and the API will come back to us with whatever the current weather is in Berlin. So that's just like a general rundown of how you can already set up a agent connected to our chat room and be able to use it. Some common pitfalls that some of you guys might potentially fall into is, for example, when you try to run your agent, you might not be able to connect. You have to double check the private keys format. It should definitely not have the 0x prefix. Or maybe you forgot to add your token ID after you minted it or something. So keep track of those. Something else that is very important to actually keep in mind is that the main function that we have running right now here needs to always be running 24/7 so that people can use your agent. As you see here, as soon as I dropped it, I killed it, the agent is offline now. And so, for example, if I try to do some sort of calling, the commands don't even show up anymore because the agent is dead right now. It's not running, it's not connected, so I can't text it. I can't have any replies from it. So what I would suggest to you guys to do is either try to use PM2, Docker, systemd, depending on what your setup is, and have this thing running in the background 24/7, or maybe even deploy it using, I don't know, if you have your own self-hosted server or DigitalOcean, Railway, any of these solutions can definitely work. And so you would want your agent to always be online the whole time. So as you can see here, as soon as I rerun it, it shows up as online here, and I can, again, type, I don't know, Istanbul, for example. It will find the necessary information and give it back to us. So this is like a general rundown of how you want to set this up. I'm not sure if I forgot to go through anything else. Yes, there's one thing that maybe is good to keep in mind is, for example, after you've minted this and for some reason you forgot to get your templates or anything like that, all you'd have to do is come back to your My Agents page and you'll be able to see both the token ID and also the code again for the quick start. As well as one important thing is, by default, any deployed agent is only seen by the creator. For you to be able to let other people use it, you'd have to make it public. So in this case right now, anybody else on the platform cannot see this agent until I make it public again. So for example, you would keep it as creator only while you're testing it, seeing if everything is working well and everything. After that, you can make it public for everybody else to use. But just keep in mind that your agent should definitely keep running 24/7 so that more people can use it. You could get more adoption. You could get more feedback on it. Maybe you'll have some sort of metrics running in the background for yourself as well. You can see how people are using it, maybe something you can refine in it, and all things like this. That's pretty much it. So this was like a quick demo on how you can go from I have no idea how this is working to I have a agent live in the dashboard, in the chat room, and you're able to text with it, you and anybody else directly through the SDK right now. So that's it for now, I think. If anybody has any questions or anything, please keep in mind that you have the channel in Discord. You can always ask questions on there. We can try to help as much as possible. Later on, we might start doing some reviews and give some extra feedback to people and things like that. But for now, this is the general setup. Yeah, I think from now, it's your guys' turn. Do your homework, research, figure out what's a nice, cool idea for an agent to be built, what people need. Maybe if you're in the crypto world, what kind of things that crypto people need. Maybe they need like an analytics or a coin tracker, or there's lots of ideas that you could potentially do. And start looking into it. That's it. Thank you so much, I guess.